Today I'd share with y'all some hypnotic suggestions from my book. I wrote down it is, let's see, I think it's 76. Yeah, I wrote down 76 hypnotic suggestions that I found just looking online. I just looked up a lot of hypnosis and people doing stuff, and I found 76 that I found that were clean, good hypnotic suggestions, stuff that they can do while they're under hypnosis. For you that don't know, I'm now a bit of a hypnotist. I'm not that great, but I can do it a little, and I have fun with it, I guess. But so does everyone else, because they keep asking me to do it. Although I did get banned at my school for doing it, I got in trouble there. But that's another story. Well, anyway, I wanted to go with hypnotic suggestion 1 through 76, and I'll tell you them. And if you want to use these, go on ahead, because I stole them from someone else. Number 1, room gets colder, and the second one's room gets hotter, which is pretty much like it just gets colder and colder and colder and colder, and this feels like it's freezing in here maybe, and they start to shiver or shake. Now you might want to not do this with a group, because then sometimes they'll like cuddle up on each other. If you want clean hypnosis, then I wouldn't do that. I mean, like, separate them out, or just don't use that one at all. Or just make it where it's 1 or 2 people hypnotized and separate them from each other, because that's what I usually do, small groups. And then the second one's getting hotter, which is they'll just start fanning themselves. Some guys will take their shirts off. I don't know if you count that as not clean or not, but I think it's clean enough, I guess. 3, plays an instrument. You see this in a lot of hypnotic shows where they have people just like sit there and play their instrument. This one that I really don't use much because I'm used to small groups, but there's one. Another is rears on fire. Their bottoms on fire. Whenever you play a song, and the only way they can put it out, I guess, is they can scoot on the floors one way, or just wherever you want to take it from there. Another's this one was a little weird, but I just found it, so I just wrote it down. Loves to hug, and it's the world's biggest hugger. They just want to hug you. That's all they want to do. They just want to, like, every time you shake their hand, they just want to be like, "Oh, I love you, man." Just give you a bro hug or something. If you're a girl hug. I don't know, whatever. Number 6, I got this from Mark Savard. If you don't know him, comedy hypnosis in Las Vegas. Most attractive person alive. Whenever you shake their hand, you're on a scale of 1 to 10. You're like a 30. They're really into you, stuff like that. You want to be careful with that one though. The next one, ugliest person alive, or most disgusting, whichever one you want to call it. And the person's just repelled by you. They don't want to be near you. In fact, you just like touch the hair or something. They just gross out. It's pretty funny. Another one's when song comes on, the feet are on fire instead of the rear, and they feel like they have to maybe just like tap or dance or something like that to put it out. Another one's bad smell or has gas. You can use this one of 2 ways. One, just the person next to you smells really bad, or if you can have someone to stand up and just make them walk around, or you can walk around and say that you have gas every time you bend over or something. And it's pretty funny. I took out the smells good ones for you that already know a lot of these, because that's not really clean in my opinion, because they're sniffing all over each other, which is not that good in my opinion for clean hypnosis. Number 10, movie theater. Most of you know this. I put on 5 shows. You make them watch a scary movie, a funny movie, sad movie, a boring movie, or a confusing movie. The last 2 aren't as good as the first 3, and the third one's probably my favorite. Had a girl do it, and I know it sounds so mean, but she was crying, which was a little sad, but nothing was wrong. I mean, it was just like she thought something was happening that really didn't happen, so I figured no harm done, but it was pretty funny at the time. Number 11, river dancing. They become the world's best river dancers. This is a long video because I'm already up to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. But number 12, petting zoo. That's where you have whether they're the animals or you have the audience be the animals. In my opinion, the audience being the animals is better. And after you're done with that, you make them the animals maybe, because that's what I usually do, and it works out pretty good usually. It's fun to see, and you want them to name the animals, because it's funny to see, like, they'll choose a chihuahua maybe if it's someone small, or They had one of the guys that I did this with, the girl I hypnotized her and asked her what the guy was, and she called him a pig, which was really funny because she did not like him at all, and it was really funny. But next one is a magic snake, and this one is pretty good. I love it. It's you get a belt, you can lay it on the floor, you can hold it in your hand, or you can lay it across them, or you can let them have it on. And you just like say when I rest at my fingers, it'll become a snake, or whenever you wake up, it'll become a snake. And when I rest at my fingers, it will not become a snake, or you just tell them it's like not a snake anymore. And you want to be careful with this because it is a little dangerous. You want to make sure that they're not near something they can break. Because I did this once and a girl broke an artificial tree. Same girl that called the guy a pig, but that was a pretty good night. It was pretty funny. I think it's on YouTube. Boy and girl gets hypnotized or something like that. But I didn't put that on there. A friend put that on there for me. Houston 96. And number 14, forget their names, which that one's pretty self-explanatory. The person just forgets their name and can't remember it. 15, forget number 6, can't say 6, only s. So you can have, if you have two people, you can have one that can go count to 5, and then they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. And then they'll be like, well, I don't have 11 fingers because everyone knows that, or they'll be like, I guess I do. I don't know. This depends on the person. And just letting you know, I'm not a pro at this. Like I said earlier, I just know very little. That I'm still learning. That's why I made myself the book, so I can keep records and everything. Let's see, and then can't say 6, only s. And they really get frustrated. It's funny to see them try, and then the other person's like trying to help them out, or they're getting really frustrated with them because they can't say it. It's pretty funny and pretty entertaining at the same time. And so number 16, time machine. You get, well, you really can just say you're going back in age from whatever age they are to this age with no bad memories of the time, because you don't want them to like remember that as they're going back and it upset them. And then you can also, like one of the people on YouTube I watch, they hold their hands up like this and say this is a time machine, and they throw it at them, and after saying what age is on it, and then the person automatically turns into that age. See, number 17, boy can't pick up object, but the girl can, or both can't pick up the object. It's fun sometimes to watch the boy try and the girl try and be able to do it when the boy can, because then the boy's like, how can she do it? You don't want to like pick a buff girl for this though, because then they'll be like, oh, she's just ripped though. That's why you usually want to pick maybe a little weak one and then a big strong guy to do it, which is pretty funny to watch him fail and her succeed, or you can have them both do it. And my favorite thing to do this with is a dollar bill, or maybe a 20 or 5, just whatever money you put on the ground, because then they're like, okay. Or you can just like lay something on the ground and be like, it's a $50 bill, and just go and have them try to get it, and they won't be able to do it. It's pretty fun. 18, become a celebrity. They can become whatever celebrity you want. I turned one girl into a Bon Qui Qui, whoever that is, really, I don't know. And it was pretty hectic. I had to pretty much stop that fast, but I did that. Some other people, Toby Mac, if you know him, and a few others. Haven't really done that one as much. 19, forget other people's names. You can have them forget your name, their friend's name that are sitting beside them, or just people around them. That's nice to do in a small group when you only have maybe 1 to 4 or 5 people hypnotized. You can do with more. It's easier with that many. Let's see. Sorry if I look a little messy or a little sweaty or something. I just got out of athletics and just headed straight home and started recording. Forget. Number 20, hands stuck to something. It could be their hand. Maybe it's their tongue stuck to the roof of their mouth. Usually I just use the hand. I'm like, your hand's getting closer to your face, stuck over your eyes. You can't see, something like that. I don't know. Hand stuck to your hip. Hand stuck to maybe a pole or a chair. Works pretty good. And you can also have maybe their rear stuck to the chair where they can't get up. And then the chair stuck to the floor, which it's funny to try to see them pick it up. 21, becomes an animal. I haven't really done this yet. I saw a person do this, and it looked pretty entertaining, but I don't know if it really is that much fun. And so if you know about that, just get back to me and tell me how that works. But I plan on trying this soon. I don't get to do this a lot. That's why I haven't really put any hypnosis videos on it. I did for school a little while, and then I got banned, like I said earlier, so really can't record much when you're not doing it. 22 never tells the truth. They just lie all the time. They never say the truth. Pretty much is self-explanatory. And they lie. You can ask them, did this person do something? And they'll lie, and the other person will be like, but that's wrong. And it's funny to see them just like go at it, just like telling a lie, and the other guy's like, why are you doing this? It's pretty funny. And then 23, ballerina dancers. I haven't really tried this, just letting you know. I just saw it on YouTube, and so I wrote it down. 24 boxers, which is you're the top boxer. You just get up, they strut, they show off their muscles, they do their fighting stance, stuff like that. 25 bodybuilders, which is pretty much where there's like they stand up, they flex. So like the bodybuilders for a cover or something, and they're flexing, showing off their guns, that kind of stuff. It's good sometimes. It's pretty funny. 26, she was a phone, whereas whenever you have like something happen, you shake their hand or you snap your fingers or something, their shoe transfers into a phone, and their best friend or maybe a celebrity or someone's calling, and they automatically pick it up, answer, and they're just talking to their shoe.